over Gamers 2 after a bit of a hiccup with the servers. It looks like we're okay to go. Everybody's in the lobby, and we should be underway with picks and bans.
Yeah, bit of a hiccup. Obviously, we were halfway through picks and bans as it was before, so I imagine they're just going to redo the same champion, same picks, same bans as they had before. No changes allowed, I would imagine right now. But yeah, apparently the issue was something to do with the routing in the entirety of Europe. So I don't understand how the internet works, but apparently some stuff got broken. Yo.
Someone pulled out the wrong wire and
Tripped over it. Glass of coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going for glass of water, then I was like, but cup of coffee would be more realistic. Glass of coffee. You do get glasses of coffee actually sometimes. Like, I've had one.
I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know. Learning more about Europe every day and coffee.
Well, yeah, you have coffee in America.
But I don't drink it. I don't go anywhere near the stuff.
Why not?
Stuff will kill you, man.
No, it won't.
You don't know that?
No. I know it insofar as I know water won't kill me. Do you? Well, actually, I don't know about water. Water can kill you.
We're not going to get into the
Water's
coffee
very
argument
likely
here.
to kill you. But yeah, picks and bans. We're actually back up to the point we were at before. Now that I remember, Twitch leave for NIP. We were waiting on the next two picks here for NIP. Fresh and LeBlanc already locked in. So I remember talking about why you would not want to run Nidalee with a Jax. Lack of wave clear, lack of defense against enemy sieging.
Mm-hmm. And, Ocelot just really loves playing LeBlanc, apparently. This is the third game in a row. We're going to see him play it.
Yeah.
Well, second game in a row, technically.
Ocelot's got like 5 champions at the moment that he plays, I'd say. Roughly that. And he does stick to those champions, and I don't think I've seen him deviate. I've never seen him go out and, pick up Twisted Fate, for instance, something like that. He has just shown very little interest in so doing. In fairness, he's pretty good on the ones he does know. But NIP have locked in their next 2 picks. Going to be Ryze and going to be Morgana.
All right, so the Twitch Morgana lane coming in. Midi, very good on that, Midi, very good on that Morgana support. And Freeze, we've seen him use that rat-a-tat-tat so well for himself. And picking up the Ryze early on to counter out the Jax. We'll see how it goes. They both scale tremendously well into the late game, and Kozli Sin from the first game we saw them play is pretty dang good. If Yasuo wasn't banned, then we could have saw that same combination again, just kick it ult and make Ocelot's day a nightmare. But it's going to be the Elise jungle and the Caitlyn ADC for Gamers 2.
Yep. Banning out Yasuo against Nukeduck seems to be becoming a necessity. He's just too good on the champion. Like, he's one of those champions that gets away with anything as long as he's played well enough. Still waiting on the final pick here from NIP. There's potential for trying to think what you would necessarily want to run into the Lulu in these circumstances. I wasn't aware that Nukeduck played Syndra. But
Really?
Maybe. When I'm saying I'm not aware, that does include the possibility that I've seen it and that I've completely forgotten that he's played it. But certainly locked it in, and that is going to be the answer to the LeBlanc in the mid lane that we saw, in fact, from SK Prime earlier on today.
Okay, so she is a nice counter to LeBlanc if played correctly. The only problem she suffers from is that lack of mobility. Elise can capitalize on that pretty well, just repel right on top of her, wait for her flash, the cocoon, and if a chain does connect out from LeBlanc, then that's pretty much just going to sign lights out for her. But Ko, he is really good at counter ganking, and he's got his Lee Sin, that's one of his signature champions, so going to be seeing if he can put that to a good effect and keeping Nukeduck safe.
Yeah, could be quite a challenge. Of course, if you can land a Syndra stun, the follow-up here from NIP is so good, but it's not an ultra-reliable engage. It's very, very good as a disengage, and it's quite good as a follow-up, but it does tend to cause you some slight issues if you are trying to use that as your way of seeking out a fight, because obviously then you're putting your Syndra really quite far forward, and there is a delay on the stun. People can take advantage of that. But regardless, guys, delay timer ticking down now, so we will be going into a commercial break. back when the game starts. In the meantime, check out our sponsors, Logitech and ProBuild.net. See you after this.
Alright guys, welcome back to what potentially could be the end of this best of 5 as Nip are currently leading 2-0 over Gamers 2. I'm EGAD, and joining me here is going to be Spuddington for what should be a very entertaining game as a lot of choice picks for everybody.
Yes, indeed. We have the Syndra once again growing in popularity, going to be played against LeBlanc. She does wear pretty well in that matchup. And we've also got Gamers 2 with the Jacks. That means this game they have decent odds of actually being able to close out a game. Last time, they struggled. They really struggled. If Gamers 2 gets ahead like they did last game, this time with the Jacks picked, with the split pushing pressure you can provide, and the inability that a behind Rise has to really stop that split push, that could be a really, really powerful tool for Gamers 2. Obviously, though, that's dependent on them getting ahead in the first place.
And helping him get ahead most likely would be Morden, and we'll see if JWoww can get those early needed ganks on Alexich. And yeah, we had a ward cleared out already. Ko placed his trinket, and it got swept away as Morton with a really, really smart trinket waiting him out and just playing it safe in the river. No invades coming through, and it looks like Morton will just rotate onto his red and go for a red-blue start, while Ko's going to do the same as he goes for his red. Oh, actually, no, he's making his way towards his blue, so he's going to do blue-red.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Oh,
no.
he's mind-gaming us. He's like, I'm going to trick these silly casters.
No one else can see you, Ko. I don't know why you're wandering around, but he has decided he is going red, and he is going to be going blue, presumably, after that.
We might have some cheese down bot, too. Specifically enough for the rat, but will it work is the question.
Nah, they're not even going to try it. I think...
Aw.
I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, though, that they didn't try it. It seemed like there was much to be losing there, but obviously there is a risk of getting an engage behind the enemy minions, so... Which is a fight you'll lose, generally. And obviously, Caitlyn. But if they weren't going to do the cheese, why not just push out the wave faster as it walked into lane?
They're losing out on this exchange pretty hard, especially with no Doran Shield on midi or a Relic Shield or anything like that. Just going for the Spell Thief's Edge, looking for the gold he's going to get off the Binding connecting, as well as the Tormented Soil when he does level up to level 2. Or Black Shield, depending on what he does. But they lose out on that pretty hard. JWoww goes in kind of hard into Alex. She gets the stun, but gets turned on pretty hard, so gotta be very careful with the poke on that one. Yuki eats a cask, as well as some auto attacks coming in from Freeze. Gonna see if they can get the kill here. They pop the heal to get the speed. They use Expunge as well. The poison ticking away onto Yuki. He's forced to heal out of that one, and oh, the cask comes through trying to refresh the stacks, but not able to reach.
Yeah, but not a good sign there for Yuki being forced back so early on. He's going to be zoned out of the farm. He's not going to be able to exert that early dominance that Caitlyn really, really loves to do. And now we also have Ko coming in.
Ooh.
All it needs is a flash bind.
This could be very, very dangerous. The cast connects, slowing up the Thresh. He's going to ward jump in, misses the Sonic Wave, and missing the binding, that creep wave, that hero minion, saving out Diode's life.
Oh, Mr. Lane partner champion. I don't know. Morden's in the top lane, though. Alex Itch, though, I'm not sure I'd fancy diving him at this stage. He's taking a lot of damage here.
Definitely gonna try to bait him out with that wave. Morden should be patient enough. Alex just keeps on inching himself up forward, so he's playing it safe. He might be a little suspicious that Morden's here, but JWoww's doing a good job of not giving it away. So he moves up. It's gonna be the stun on top of that. They chain the cocoon, get all the damage in. And with the flash forward, that'll be JWoww with the first blood on Jax.
And that is the way you want to start your Jax off. As mentioned before, if Ryze falls behind Jax, Jax can even get to a point of diving him. If the vice versa happens, of course, Ryze can just poke him out constantly and he won't be able to split push effectively. So there's a lot of importance on that top lane matchup right now. Always more than the lane bully in the mid lane that they're planning on getting ahead by virtue of being a strong laner who pushes out and is a little bit unsafe. Because of the focus on the top lane, Syndra's actually not going to have to worry too much for now.
Mm-hmm. But he gets the Tira on that Ryze, so he's going to be looking to stack that one up. JWoww, actually, no, we're going to have Morton get initiated on by Ko. Gets a cocoon to the face, and he'll just back right on out. And Ocelot was looking to possibly help him, but Nuke Duck is keeping his attention on that. Ko, he's actually a level down. He's very close to leveling 4. There we go. He soaks up the XP from mid. Just looking to get that off Nuke Duck. I'm pretty sure he was content with just helping his jungler out a little bit. But they may run into each other again at the Wraiths. Morton is making his way over. Ko may get flanked out here by Ocelot, but he backs on off to the safe route. A ward gets swept away, and he's still going for these raids. He is really intent on counter jungling. He actually missed the pink ward as well.
Yeah, Ko got his stolen away before, and now of course NIP will know that pink
ward. Oh, that hit cocoon!
Wow, that roam.
And it's wow, just out of range for Dude.
Yeah, I think Dude's going to be regretting not having his flash available for him there, but still, both the junglers get away, and they both now have a pretty good idea where each other are. Ooh, is this the... No, okay. Nuke Duck just checking out, making sure that if Morden continues his jungle path in the natural way up to Wolf Camp, he wouldn't be able to sneak into mid lane. Ocelot taking a stun, and actually just went in. Don't think they're going to get that, though.
Yeah, Ko showed himself a little bit too fast there, and Ocelot's like, I'll just play back now. And a key part in the matchup between the LeBlanc and the Syndra is to make sure that her stun is down, and then you can distort in. If you distort in when her stun is up, she just shoots you right on back, and you're just like, oh, okay. I'll stop going all in for now. But the trade's down bot, just looking fairly even. Freeze and Yuki just poking each other on out, waiting for a binding to connect. And it does not connect. But the cask does, and the pool is just going to keep on draining her down. It actually takes her fairly low, 300 HP. Has to be a little careful.
Worrying signs again, though, remember, because Yuki is the early game AD carry here, and he's just not dominant.
Oh, Death Sentence connects on a Mithy. He's going to be forced to back on out here. He does have Exhaust and Flash still up. He doesn't have to use it. Binding to counter out the response, but cannot find it connecting. And if that had hit, I think Dude would have been in some serious trouble. He has no Flash. He probably would have dropped Exhaust and maybe forced out the heal from Freeze.
Yeah, absolutely would have been in a lot of trouble if that binding had landed there. And in spite of that, though, NIP is still going to be happy with the way this lane is going. Yuki, yes, obviously now there is a transient phase of dominance. What with not having a support to worry about, Yuki can move forward and poke a lot, but this wave is going to hit tower. Freeze will lose out on a couple of CS, but he's already ahead. He's okay with that. He'll stick around, and actually, Ko being down there, I don't really foresee this leading to much, but you never know. If Yuki overstays for a little bit longer, it could be a problem.
Ko's looking to possibly get a ward jump over the wall, but that spot was just warded up by Dude. They're going to be really careful here. Yuki needs to get that 90 caliber net. The binding does not connect. Ko can't find the range as well for the Sonic Wave, so Yuki doing a good job of staying safe and getting out of there. And a nice ward by Dude at that time, just perfectly timed to stop Ko's advance.
Yeah, Ko's taking a souvenir with him, taking the cannon creep. This is going to cause some weird minion prep. There's going to be two breaking points for the waves here, but okay. Well done, Cannon Minion, MVP, zoning your own AD carry if he was there, out of the area, if he tried to get the CS. Couldn't get it, but Morden invading here, stealing away this red buff. That is not ideal, obviously. Ko's only going to be able to pass across his own blue, not likely to go for the enemy red.
Okay, so a really smart steal from Morden, and I don't think Ko has any kind of idea, so he's going to walk over there and find that it's gone and be kind of upset. Now they're going to look for another dive into Alex, possibly, as Morden is there. The wave has come up. Morden's going to show himself. This is going to be very dangerous for Alex. JWoww going to start hitting the turret, start prepping the stun. They missed the cocoon, but they do get the stun out from X. They will just repel to ignore the aggro, and perfectly played from Gamers 2.
Yeah, Alex's teleport is back up again now, so he's going to be able to get back in, but you can see the dominance already in this lane. JWoww, once he's got a build towards a Cutlass, he'll have the ability to all-in Alex much more effectively because he can chase through the route. He's already ahead on CS, he's already out-trading him, he's got levels on him, and Alex has got to be very, very careful about how he plays this out because he will rapidly lose more and more gold if he cannot go even near the minions for fear of the all-in. He's actually not going to go near it at all, he's going mid lane.
Huh. Okay, so switching up, Nukeduck does get some damage into JWoww, but I don't really think there's going to be much he can do against this lane. 2-0 Jax, he's almost working out a Phage and a Zeal, so he's rushing Trinity Force, but he's going to get initiated on. Nukeduck going to take a bunch of damage with that passive from the ultimate. He's going to be forced to flash through this wall, or actually, he's going to try to knock him back, but not able to do it, and there comes Ocelot from the back to snag a kill and a blue buff, and the Death Sentence down bot, not finding a mark. And a nice play from Gamers 2 again to capitalize on the lack of mobility Syndra has.
Yeah, little known fact about Syndra, she has a lack of mobility. In the top lane, that is exacerbated quite significantly because it's a long lane. You've got many more angles to come from for your gank successfully, or at least much more distance to cover when you have been ganked. So Alex has actually now returned back to his ancestral home, has gone back to top lane, and is in fact going to be not taking the golems. JWoww's going to get aggro here.
Is he going to dive him again? JWoww just pops the ultimate, just going to lay into him. One more hit will do it. He flashes forward. He cannot find it, and a nice kiting by Alexich gets him his first kill of the game, and that was a big kill on JWoww. He got some seriously needed XP as well off that. And Morden coming in, though, going to repel forward. Going to see him get bound up in the turret. Neurotoxin and Autotex are enough.
Not going to get him. But still, not the worst trade in the world overall, actually, for JWoww, because the XP that's feeding into the tower, even though the kill differential, the level differential, will have meant Rise got more benefit from the actual kill, the CS will probably make up for that, and NIP are taking this dragon right now. They'll just sneak that out from under the noses of their opponents, and return back to the laning phase. Ko, Ocelot not going there, so no worries.
Well, looking for some harass out there, finds it. That's only a 1,000 gold deficit for Nip, so doing a good job despite the 3 kills that they're down. And Freeze has been farming exceptionally well, considering all the pressure, and so has Yuki. And we're seeing the difference in the builds. He went straight for a Bilgewater Cutlass, looking for that Blade of the Rune King again. Yuki taking a bunch of poke out here, gets a lot of the stacks of the poison, and needs to sit far back. Without any sustain, it's really hard to do anything. Drops the ace in the hole for a little bit of poke on a freeze, but he'll just sustain that back up with his Cutlass.
Yep. Meanwhile, in top lane, Alex taking quite a chunk of damage from JWoww. Got the spike from the 3rd hit, being already stacked up and ready to go. Leap Strike followed by Empower. This time he's just looking to go all in.
I think he might be able to do it, but both junglers are there too, and it looks like Ko just went in onto Morden, gonna kick him back into the wave. Gonna get a bunch of damage to come in, but there's a nice cannon minion for him to repel back onto. Ko played that well, but a nice repel onto the cannon minion just gets him right on out of there.
Yeah, Morden was honestly a bit slow to repel. He probably could have avoided being kicked out of position in the first place, but obviously he's still alive and he didn't even have to blow his flash. At least very sustained jungler. But JWoww has to be so careful right now.
Yeah, he's going a little aggressive when he doesn't really need to. He could just keep out farming Rise. Ko is there, and he's gonna get bound up, and he's not gonna bite the bullet just yet to go in. JWoww's gonna be forced to back off, and it looks like tier 1 down bot is gonna end up falling.
I'm a little bit puzzled why Ko didn't go for that. He lacked the knockback, obviously, but he still had his slow, and if he could just slow long enough for JWoww to be forced in range of Alex Ich, then they could have taken him down there, I feel. But clearly, he decided otherwise. Maybe he thought JWoww would push out a little bit further, but he decided against that for some reason. I'm sure it had nothing to do with suspecting there was a jungler there.
His sixth sense was tingling. He was like, I probably shouldn't extend any further with this low HP. And just backs off.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that Challenger players do really, really well, is they have the sense. Like, they know...
I oppose that. I do not believe in that.
Oh,
a lot of the
really?
players
Well,
I've seen have extended.
Alright, good Challenger players then.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
You
now
can kind of think like, I know roughly when the jungler was last seen, and just sheer experience, I feel, can tell you, like, there's an above 50% chance he's here now. I'm going to run away.
Oh, he's coming back up again. He does have the kick available. There is a root coming in. Dodge get popped, and it will be a 2-man stun. He gets the flash kick. Nice play by Ko there. Not looking to go in. He does not want to get blown up. There's another root in prison, and Alex Ich with the last auto attack / Q will pick up the kill. And Ko, that was a nice little Scuba Chris-esque kick coming out of him.
Yeah, indeed. And now, Death Sentence in the mid lane, not living up to its name quite. Was able to probably scare the living daylights out of the target, but in the meantime, while the 3-man was committed in the mid lane, they weren't getting any sieging done. They did not catch anyone, and Freeze was farming out the bot lane, so now it's NIP's turn, of course, to have more members in position and know that there's going to be the commitment of Yuki to that bot lane. So they can try and take advantage of that for some sort of play. Looks like there's going to be some vision control.
They really want to kill that pink ward.
Yeah,
they
really
are
want
trying to
to
get that.
They don't know if anyone's there, though.
They get the shackles, they force the flash, and now they can get the pink ward. it only took it all to it from Morgana. Oh, they're not going to go to it. Okay, so they're going to watch Geode kill the regular ward, drop another ward in its place, and give up on going for that pink. Is Mini going to do it? I think he's going to. There we go. Okay, he starts doing it. But Ko's up top again.
Okay, he was playing the super long game. He wanted to make absolutely sure no one interrupted him, so he warded every possible approach while he was killing the pink ward. Took quite a long time, and obviously that vision is valuable for other reasons, but he did get the pink in the end, and so they now have more vision in their enemy jungle, lower jungle there, than their opponents do.
Once again, it's just a lot of dewarding going around by this dragon side. They want to make sure that the river is clear and in control for Nip, which it is. A minute left on the spawn. Meanwhile, JWoww, Ko is going to make his life a nightmare, apparently. The kick is back up. Morden is in that rush, though. Going to kick him back, get the prison. Sonic Wave Resonating Strike comes through. And as it follows, there it is. Ko picks up one. Morden now in a precarious spot. Gets chased down. Sonic Wave Resonating Strike and the double kill. As Ko on that Lee Sin, showing us the mechanics. And that tier 1 turret up top should go down.
Yep, that is going to be it. And with that, they haven't necessarily reversed the way that lane was going, but NIP have put Rise back into contention with Jax, so he's not going to get one-on-one dived by the full itemed Jax, and that obviously means he can still farm, and that means both teams end up roughly going even, getting very strong late game tools for them in terms of those two characters. Now, are NIP going to get caught there? Looks like the answer is a no. Just trying for something on that ward, and now looking for the mid lane.
Yeah, they're going to look to push down this tier 1. It should be fairly easy for them. If they hit a binding and Ocelot, you have to be very careful. A good strafe by him. Going to go into freeze, though. It actually, whoa, one-shots him.
Ow.
Ocelot. All right, even with just a Athenes, the damage is real. The tier 1 up top does go down. JWoww finds that. Now going to jump in onto Alex Ich, gets to the stun propped up, but Alex Ich pops the ultimate, trying to kite away using that spell vamp, and JWoww wins out, but Ko is here again. Gonna kick him into the wall, get the runic prison, he jumps back in onto Alex, gets the crit, almost picks him up. Ko with the Sonic Wave resonating strikes in the auto attack, finds the kill, and on a killing spree. All of those have been off of JWoww and Morden. They do give up the dragon though. Ocelot finds some damage onto Midi, but they secure it nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a big commitment from Ko, but he needs to keep Alex Ich in it. It's worth the dragon to them to make sure that Rise is at least capable of dealing with Jax one-on-one, even if it's just farming under tower, kind of dealing with him. So, they will be able to turn around and get the top tower again as well, which is a nice little benefit. Will they lose this mid tower in return? Dark Binding threat, a little bit too strong, so they're going to have to back away.
Freeze was coming in, stealthed it up too, and they got the ping on him. They decided to back off. It would have been a nice surprise from him if he just started that fight and they got a nice little Syndra stun. Dude and Yuki are still hanging around towards this mid lane to help out Ocelot from any kind of 3-man push again. So we're going to see a little bit of aggression here as the stun does connect on Ocelot. They do get the binding and the pool. The ultimate comes out as well, but he just gets the heal from Yuki and shrugs off that damage. I don't even think they needed the heal, but they play it safe and he'll go back to base.
In hindsight, he probably didn't need the heal, but I'm sure at the time Yuki was thinking, well, he is also my boss. So now, JWoww, about to find Alex Ich. That's just cheeky. Just gave him like one hit and then left. But JWoww's still definitely the stronger in that matchup.
Alright, so this turret's still going to take some pressure. It's the duo lane mid now. Supports and AP carries are a new big thing. Also gets bound up, turns around though, gets a chain and a double single and pops him! Midi gonna go down.
Gotta admit, I thought he would be out of the tether range, and I'm sure Mithy thought the same thing because he's still got flash. He's still got exhaust. He could have lived through that, but he just was not expecting A, the damage, or B, to be hit with the second component of the sigil there. And now it does look like they're going to try and take advantage of the overcommit.
Oh, nice cocoon onto Ko. He's going to get the flash kick again! Hit on point. Alex Ich secures the kill. Man, that's 2 for 2 so far on that play. That is amazing.
Yeah, and that did use the TP, but of course Jax is going to go up to this top lane now. He's not going to be able to do too much damage to the tower. Rise has not moved up there though, so I'm a little bit curious as to what the plan was there to stop the push coming in. I think JWoww could have kept going a bit there, maybe even potentially tried to kill Ku, because he was on, like, it was a one-on-one, and that's the enemy jungler. Yes, he's been camping you like hell, yes, but he's not that.
Oh, freeze. Oh, he would have died right there if that chain hit. He just forced the flash away there.
Oh, he's chunking today, Jesus.
Double signals, man. That's all you need. When the DFG is done too, say goodbye to freeze.
Yeah, I'm actually curious as to whether Ocelot goes for the DFG. He has picked up the Athenes first this time, and we have seen him go for DFG first in the past. The only thing, like, Athenes into DFG is quite a nice in terms of your 2-item build, but it tends to create some problems in terms of your 3-4 item build. You want to get a Void Staff basically as your 3rd item, but that then means that your Rabadon doesn't come for a very long time, and if you feel you need to itemize the Zhonyas, then you're really in trouble, although that isn't usually the case on the block since she's so mobile. Ku is circling around behind them again.
They pinged on him though, they know he's there, but they're not going to chase him down, I guess. So...
Lightstone Lee Sin. they assume it's futile.
Yeah. So they might look for a nice little rotation down here, but a two-man stun comes through. A lot of balls to hit them, as well as a bunch of damage, taking them both around to half HP. So chugging away at his flash to heal up. They get the ace in the hole. They're looking for a chase onto Nuke Duck, but he's forced to flash away and escapes with his life. But the tier 1 turret does not. It will go down. They might find Ko out here. Will they chase him down? It looks like no. They'll just back out and take their nice little turret and make it a 3-2 turrets in favor of G2. They get the binding. Okay. Wait,
why is Mithy? That was quite risky for Mithy. But
all right, they forced the flash out, and they find the death sentence on a freeze. He was stealthing up. And Ocelot just gonna double distort on top of that one, chain him up and sigil him. He goes down, but he gets the turret, so it makes it 3-3, and all tier 1s are now gone.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so in strict terms, it's worth it because of the gold advantage gained by freeze. But he probably didn't need to die, and they could have taken that tower with not too much more difficulty if he backed off a couple of hits early, but he didn't take account of the range, so he got hooked. That's how it is sometimes.
Well, getting hooked by Dude, he is. The last 2 games that he played, or the past set against SK Prime, his Thresh was on point. The first game against Nip, his Thresh was pretty good as well. It's just they lost that game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he's still amazing. Like, despite everything, he is an amazing Thresh player from everything I've seen. This is some crisp mechanical play coming out of him.
Crisp is a good word. You know, it refers to some potato products that you take out of a packet and regularly has in salt and vinegar flavor. But so I just want to go back to this Quicksilver Sash pickup here from Freeze. He's got obviously a very early Quicksilver Sash, even though he's got a Black Shield on his team. This is basically just pure paranoia about the fear of Ocelot here. He does not want to be in a situation where Ocelot has rooted him. And the other thing about Quicksilver Sash is it can cleanse off a death via Grasp effect. I'm actually not 100% sure if it can cleanse off the mark from the sigil. I'm actually a little bit curious as to whether that would prevent you from proccing the second part, because that would also keep him alive. He basically just wants to not be 100-0 material, though.
Uh-oh, here comes 100-0 on a Mithy. There it is. Ocelot.
Well, he didn't kill Twitch. Mission accomplished.
Well, Mithy, gonna fall down there. That's gonna be another dragon over to G2. And, man, he's got the death cap. He didn't go for the DFG, so the damage is just raw out there. Alex Hitch against JWoww. Gonna get jumped on here. Gotta be careful. JWoww doesn't want to dive the turret and die to it again. He learned the hard way last time.
Yeah, indeed. He got flashed away from before and was left in a very awkward spot. But NIP are back on their heels this game. They are also losing objectives, which is not what happened before. In the first game we saw of this series, they fell further behind than they are right now in the early game. But there was just no progress after that point from Gamers 2. This game looks like they've got better odds.
They get the stun of the Ocelot. They also bound him up, and it's going to be the ultimate, the Unleashed power coming in from Nuke Duck. When a teleport behind from JWoww, he's going into Nuke Duck. There's some beautiful kiting coming in. The Rat-a-tat-tat from Freeze, as well as Alex Itch, going to be able to pick up a killing spree and take down that Jax. That's a 2 for none. Ko with the kick, forcing Ocelot's position into a really bad spot, winning them that fight, and now they're going to go for Baron. This is where we've seen a lot of teams lose, so this could be very dangerous, especially with Elise still up.
I mean, I don't hate this play here from NIP. They know they can take it reasonably safely. The only concern is obviously Morden and Yuki, but Yuki doesn't have the burst damage to force them off it himself, and they can get engaged.
They just flashed and disengaged on top of him. Mithy with a nice 2-man shackle. Who's he going to go for? It looks like he'll try to force the flash into Morden, which he does. They look for the kill. He repels up. He gets out onto Wolves. Freeze. Gonna chase him down possibly? No. Alright. Just reach around back to blue and they'll just focus on the prime objective, which is that Baron, and they'll get it. And that'll be the first Baron of the game. Over to Nip.
Yeah, so Gamers 2 were making progress. Now they have made anti-progress. So, unfortunately for them, they've just fallen significantly behind. Ocelot going for Nuke Duck.
That was a nice push back. He gets the chain and the ignite. Will he be able to pick up the kills? The question. Nuke Duck trying to burst him down. The clone as well, baiting him out. And Ocelot will find the 1v1. That's one person down with Baron, which is a pretty significant deal. And it being Nuke Duck is even better for G2.
Yeah, they've slowed down the assault, which is super important. But if JWoww gets killed here for Wraiths, that's not worth it.
Oh, Freeze is thinking about it. He's contemplating the ward jump over the wall from Ko. He's going to back him up. Sonic Wave connects. He turns around for the stun. Tempest Cripple. Can he get over with the Resonating Strike? He does. There's a Lantern there, though, to close the distance between JWoww and his support. And he'll be able to get out nice plays all around.
Yeah, that was a close call, I think, JWoww there. Not entirely sure what he was doing there in the first place. Obviously, didn't take account of the possibility of an invisible Twitch, but he got away with it, so that's all good for him. Dude is in position to save Yuki's life, who is now going to tempt fate.
He might end up paying for that. Okay, never mind. Also, backs out. There's too many members there. They try to get the Frost Queen's claim, but cannot find the slow on anybody. And that kick onto Yuki would have been good, but it was a really nice net/lantern to pull him away from that.
That was a slightly cocky play by Ku. That was relying on Yuki
He's
not
feeling
reacting
himself, man.
fast enough.
His flash kicks, he's like, I'm just going to make every play of this game.
Ku has such good mechanics. Like, he is such a mechanical player, but that time he was relying on Yuki not reacting fast enough. It wasn't how well he could execute that would result in knocking Yuki out of position, and obviously Yuki did get himself in the right place at the right time, got knocked back and wasted the Dragon's Rage. Short cooldown, obviously. Wasn't a high-risk play, but didn't work out.
It's one of those plays where he'll look magnificent doing it, and he can get out just fine if it fails, so why not?
Yeah, I guess so. So,
he's going to try to solo out Yuki here. Oh, Tempest Dribble connects. He's going to flash over the wall. Sonic Wave. Ooh, nice juke away. Going to kick him back, though. Yuki, where are you going to run to is the question. He's got the net. He gets the pilt over. Sonic Wave connects and Resonating Strike for the simple cleanup. DU, though, going to try to drag him into the turret. Misses the flay. And Ko gets out. Meanwhile, JWoww getting chased out here. Red buff and poison ticking down. And it looks like he'll be able to get out with his life. That tier 2 in the mid, though, not long for this world, as they are going to get that 4-man push and a blue steal.
Yep, and having gotten the kill there on the AD carry, they've created a gap. They can try and exploit that. Freeze is there, but burst.
Ooh. Ocelot trying to go in. Flash Destiny connects on a nuke duck. Dude's not going to go in, though. Rat-a-tat-tat coming out. The range is so crazy. Ocelot trying to dash away with those distortions. Mitty, is he going to be able to get it? No, he gets cocooned. The tier 2 down bot falls. And the Black Shield as well, keeping Nuke Duck alive for the most part in that exchange against Ocelot.
Yeah, this tower is not long for the world. Alex Ish is ulting, though. He can run fast.
Oh, he's going to try to away. He repels most of the damage that was coming in. Ko's looking to kick him, but gets stunned up and gets the flash kick again. He came into another binding, but Ocelot cleans up Ko. Meanwhile, Alex Ish finds the kill onto Morden. That tier 2 gonna fall. Yuki with the ace in the hole cannot find anybody to pick off. Just trying to chunk them away and scare them off. That turret goes down. It's a 1-for-1. Both junglers end up dying.
Yeah, I can understand Ko going for that play there. He went for he got the kickback. He did absolutely secure that Morden would die. And there was always the chance he might have been able to dodge out the chains or something from Ocelot. So, potential for a better situation than actually arose there. But that will slow down the assault of NIP. Their Baron is about to run out. JWoww is back in the top lane, back pushing where he belongs. That does mean there is the potential now against Gamers 2 against NIP for Gamers 2 to start building up some momentum. And as long as they don't get caught out again by, for instance, Freeze, then they should be able to continue using that split push pressure. It's something they have done well against every other team, but they don't seem to be able to do it nearly as effectively against NIP. They're very good at finding engages when Gamers 2 really don't want them to.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they just left JWoww alone to split push in any lane. At this point, with the Blade of the Rune King and the Trinity Force, he's set to 1v1 just about anybody. Except maybe Ryze, but you'd have to kite it out. There's a binding connecting the dragon. Gonna look to go down here. They're gonna clear out that ward. And with no smite, it's a little dangerous. Ko is on the other side, though, so we might see him look to get a flash in onto Dude. Here it is. He kicks him. Doesn't go over the wall. Doesn't matter. Unleash power. Just hitting him with all the balls there. Dude goes down. Dragon goes down. And Nip looking in a really good spot.
Yep, still getting the edges here and there, catching people. So good at catching people. NIP finding another person, of course.
JWoww gonna get bound up there. Blade of the Rune King comes in. Freeze is gonna get all the damage for free. And we'll just expunge for the kill. As now they're gonna pressure and look to possibly take down this inhibitor turret and the inhibitor.
Yeah, well, they've got a 2-man advantage. They lack the minions right now. And they don't want to get rooted on the tower.
Oh, they get actually the kill onto Ko, but it trades his life. Ocelot goes down, the shutdown goes up to Alex Itch, and the Rat-a-tat-tat alive. He's just going to outrange the turret and hit it for a little bit. And now with that wave, they should be able to progress a little bit, possibly. Ko is down, though. That's their big initiator. So gotta be a little bit careful. Dude collecting some souls. That wave disappears, and there's some really good wave clear coming in, though. The Caitlyn with the static shiv and then Piltover Peacemakers, as well as those traps being really pesky to deal with in the front line. So they're able to hold it off for a little while.
Yeah, basically, Gamers 2 are in a very good position, composition-wise, to hold on to objectives they've got and take ones that NIP can't deal with. The problem is, if they get caught outside their base, then they are in potential trouble to start losing their actual base. And once they've lost an inhib tower, it obviously becomes a lot harder to hold onto the rest of their base. So NIP are basically just trying to look to get Gamers 2 out of their base. And of course, Baron is coming up in 30 seconds, which is a pretty good way of forcing people to leave.
I completely forgot that they changed Expunge's name to Contaminate. Man,
whoa, they did?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't even know that. I think I
I'll
ever
always
knew
use
that.
Expunge. Expunge for life, bro.
But you changed to Rat-a-tat-tat.
No! Spam Fray is a terrible name for an ultimate. I like Rat-a-tat-tat.
But it
Baron's up in 3
conveys
seconds,
a
too.
concept of, like, AoE. And Rat-a-tat-tat implies attack speed, which it doesn't give you any of.
Oh, Ace in the Hole connects on a nuke duck. He's keeping some attention. LeBlanc is actually going in on this one. Also trying to take the one shot. Can't find the chain. They'll be able to get away. Meanwhile, the Baron's going down. There's a ward over there. There's going to be a TP onto it from JWoww. Will he actually find the play? He will. There's going to be a two-man stun coming in. The kick gets blocked by the Banshees of Veil. Ko is going to take a bunch of damage and actually look to fall down here. He flashes and safeguards away. Repel comes in from Morden. Meanwhile, also double distorting into the backline. Morden falls. Alex, it's just legendary. The trap to stop up Mithy. But that is going to be the one for none, and they barely hold them off from doing this Baron. Really nice play from Nip to counter on that. Freeze is going in stealth now. Gonna find Dude. He's gonna actually stop Ocelot too with the static shiv. He was in the push! He's gonna try to he's gonna actually be able to make it. Ocelot is slowed. He's gonna try to get around, but he gets the one shot on a freeze. Takes him out to Dude, gets back! What?
You
How did they not
go
check that
away
out?
with
JWoww's going in onto Alex. He turns on a Mithy. The exhaust comes out. The auto attack from Yuki picks up the kill. They're gonna look for Alex Itch here. Yuki with the red buff trying to kite this one out. And I don't know how Dude got out of there. This is poor face checking from Nip, but wow, Ko's now coming in too. Gets the Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike goes in and gets the hit for the final hit on that. JWoww goes down. 3 for 2 overall. Death Sentence connects. They're going to pull Alex into the turret. He's tanking it as well. Yuki's in the back line, laying it to the exhaust goes onto Alex. Ko is going to be able to get out there with the safeguard. Meanwhile, netting towards him. Piltover Peacemaker forcing out the flash. Ko gets away. Ace in the Hole comes through. I'm sure Alex is going to block that for him. It does. And what a fight.
Not sure if Dude fail flashed and learned to capitalize, or if Dude is the most next level juker in the entire world.
He's like, they don't have this warded. I'm just going to teleport right here.
I mean, it's not a juke we've never seen ever before, but doing that in the heat of the moment, if you're doing it knowingly, is so hard. It's hilarious if you manage to make it work. And I bet he is laughing to himself no matter what the game state is.
Oh, they found Nuke Duck too! Oh, and he's gonna go down right there. He tries to drop his ultimate on top of Ocelot with a Ignite, but it's not enough to kill him. Even a Lantern for some safety. I don't know how they saw him actually, but the Repel came out and Cocoon
past that
connected,
ward.
so.
You can see it near the
ward
Wraith
I
camp.
see.
Yeah, he
Okay,
went
yeah.
past there when he was setting himself up there. So, Gamers 2 fell further behind in that last team fight that we saw before. It ended up being like a couple of subsequent smaller fights, but the one around the Baron pit was probably the most important one. And it was basically, they couldn't get on Freeze. The kite was just a little bit too strong, and there was too many damage threats to actually ignore them if they're trying to dive into you. Now Ko finds DU.
Oh, they found Morden as well. They're gonna be able to blow him up. He's gonna be trying to repel. No, alright. Mithy finds the kill on him. They're gonna chase on to Dude here. Possibly. No, alright. Are they gonna start a Baron again? Are they gonna look to risk it? I wouldn't be surprised either. Dude's in that same brush. They're gonna clear out some wards with the Oracle's Lens and drop their own wards, find a pink ward and kill it. And just pretty much securing. They're securing Baron. They're making sure that G2 can't do it. And now they're pinging it. They're gonna start it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they know they can turn very easily as well. Because look at how much damage Ko takes at this stage of the game. He can very quickly just turn around, get away from the Baron. The Baron will be aggro and they can do it. So it's not even necessarily, this isn't a play you can say, it's a bait, or they're taking Baron. It's, if they come, we'll kill them. If they don't come, we'll take Baron. So, unfortunately for Gamers 2, they just fell a little bit further behind. And I also witnessed, by the way, I don't know if you saw it.
Whoa, they're going for the one shot again. He almost takes down Nuke Duck, and Nuke Duck survives! The block as well, coming in from the ace in the hole. Mithy at the right place at the right time. Oh, this! Oh,
Static Shiv!
The Shiv and the auto attack to take down Nuke Duck.
Riot, too much burst in this game, please. Nerf Static Shiv. I always get caught off by it. I always get caught off. Morden caught off as well.
Oh, he's gonna repel. Where's he gonna go? He's gonna land on the lantern, click it, and take it out. Ooh. Nice play. They can look to turn on this right now. Coast taking a little bit of damage. Sonic Wave comes through. He gets the kick, and they go for the stun of the freeze. He's gonna try to juke out of this one. What is he doing? He dropped the ward. He's going back towards his team. He's gonna get taken out here. Auto attack's coming in. Heals trying to save him up. And there's JWoww with the kill. Freeze actually forced to use his QSS as well to try to escape. There's the black shield to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Alex is just taking up 4 members at this time. He's gonna end up falling. Yuki finds a must-need to kill and shut down gold on that. And that's 3 members without Baron from Nick now.
A little bit messy, honestly. They went for a slightly ham-fisted engage near that tower. There's still 2 wards from where Ku was jumping in and out of tower range near that area. And as a result, they've been punished for it. They lost 2 people with the Baron buff. They are potentially going to be losing a tower here as Gamers 2 are forming up. Although they may not have time to go for the inhib one. But they did just basically lose a lot of the pressure that they had. Gamers 2 have an opportunity to take the dragon, although they're not actually opting to do so. They have an opportunity to create another pick.
Alright, they get the ultimate off the Morgan, but he's just too tanky right now. Dio's gonna lead the charge. JWoww goes on the flank. There's a nice Zanya's, but I don't know if that's gonna stop him from dying. There's the trap and the flay, and JWoww gets the kill. Ocelot now joining the team as well up there in that top lane. But there's nobody else to go pick off, so they go back, spend their money. And that's another much needed pick. That's another 60-second death timer for Nuke Duck.
Yeah, it is, but right now, Gamers 2, every time there's a straight team fight, every time there's a team fight over an objective where both teams are ready for it, it's not like an attempt on a pick that then escalates and snowballs out of control into a larger fight. Every time that happens, NIP wins. Every single time. Gamers 2 need to keep this game chaotic, and that means they need to keep applying their map pressure. Ko needs to be careful not that this doesn't develop into a chaotic team fight here, because the entirety of Gamers 2 is moving towards it. They should be able to get this dragon though, and I think NIP are just going to take a breather and then get themselves set up as they were before.
Okay, so a bit of the breather myself. So much action going on. Blue buff going to be passed over to, it looks like Freeze, so he's making sure that they don't steal it. Ocelot comes over the side, but a nice black shield. Then he just distorts back on over, but Yuki gets caught out. War Jump comes in, kicked into the wall. Gonna see him look to get towards the lantern, gets the pull out. And, alright, Yuki staying alive thanks to Dude and the Thresh Express.
Yeah, then, a little bit of disengaging. I think we're finally seeing the last couple of cooldowns on the activated items used in the last fight coming back up. So NIP grouping for this mid lane now, but being a little bit cautious. They know Freeze is going to recall. Looks like they're going to just let it go. And I want to point out, by the way, Freeze has rediscovered a really old trick you can do. You can recall while stealthed. If you start the stealth and then the recall. I'd forgotten that his stealth is long enough that you can actually do that, because it used to be like a thing you do with old Evelyn, where it was like a 50-second stealth, and you would die and you'd still be stealthed when you respawn.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous.
But with new Twitch, you can actually still do it because his ambush is actually long enough.
Okay, so they're kind of hanging around towards Baron Pit right now. It looks like they want to prioritize a push onto this top lane. They're going to go clear out the pink ward. I don't know why they needed everybody to do that, and why Alex didn't do it before, but alright, now the giveaway is going all top. Yeah, I guess. It was a team objective. They needed everybody for that. Yuki going to chunk away at Ko just a little bit. And Yuki almost has his Infinity's Edge now. He's going to be hitting for a ton of damage with that. There's more of a defensive build from Freeze, the Hex Drinker, and the QSS. So needing that magic resist to try to not get one shot by Ocelot. And
yeah, obviously Freeze needs less damage to be doing a lot of damage just because of the way Twitch's kit works. But Yuki, once she's gotten the IE, is going to start having very decent damage against the front line again.
She just
and that's
finished
been one of their problems in the team fight.
Yeah, so she just went back to base and finished it. They're looking to do as much damage to this turret as possible, slowly but surely whittling it down. There's a huge wave building up in bot, but the wave in mid looks like it's going in favor of G2, so they gotta be a little careful with that. Alright, Freeze is stealth it up.
Time for these waves to be important, but NIP could keep teasing all day.
That's for sure. Syndra has some really good wave clear. They do get the hook out of Alex, but they get the Black Shield on top of it. They're going to get some damage out from Ocelot. They do not get that stun that was so close to hitting, but they'll just be content with the hook. Now coming in from DU, they get the Black Shield. He safeguards away. This poke coming in is just ridiculous from both sides. They're getting so low. And Nukeduck not able to get in range for that orb. Death Sentence not going to connect this time for DU. Ace in the hole connects, and it will be on to Freeze, but he'll sustain off the next line of minions. And it's going to be that slow, progressive poke lane. I mean, poke. Push.
Yeah, game is too closer to home though, of course, so they can heal up a little bit faster. Obviously on their sustain lacking characters, but Morgana, Black Shield has been doing so much work here, preventing the last two potential really bad team fights happening. Ocelot has just forced Ko away. I think that will break the siege.
He almost killed him, wow.
Yeah. That's the damage.
And forces flash as well, so no more flash kicks for this next fight.
No DFG or Ignite used either. Like, he's got the potential to 100-0 Ko.
Okay. So Freeze, Nukeduck, and Ko now have to watch out for Ocelot. That is going to be some serious damage he's going to output.
If you are a living thing, you have to watch out.
The amplified damage from Sigil, and the ulted Sigil, the Mimic Sigil, is just ridiculously good.
Yeah, it's actually quite an interesting one that the total damage, I have this funny feeling. I remember looking this up and thinking that can't be right, and never actually checking my sums with someone who does maths effectively. But late game, I have a funny feeling that the Mimic Distortion ends up doing roughly equivalent damage with both parts of the sigil. So in some cases it's actually worth using. It's certainly not too far behind if it is at all. Baron did just pop up though, and once again there's not a lot of vision control for gamers too. NIP would be very happy to pull them in here.
A little unfortunate for them, but still it's a risk for NiP to do this. They will be getting shredded armor, they will lose some damage from the auto attacks from Baron. Ko has no problem taking it up. The problem is going to be for G2 on if they want to contest this, and it looks like the answer is going to be no as they just make a straight push down mid. But the Baron just melted down. They could get flanked out here. This could be very, very dangerous for them.
Yeah, they just can't seem to find the opportunity to get the vision on the Baron, and NIP chunked it down so damn fast that they need to have lightning quick reactions to assess the situation and decide whether they want to go in, and then actually go in as well. It's very difficult to make that kind of a call.
Alright, but either way, everybody gets out except for maybe Ko. He gets Death Sentence. He's going to get taken out here. The sun comes in, the auto attacks. He's trying to get away. No flash from the last fight. And Ocelot will secure the kill. This is the third time they've had Baron, and someone's just immediately lost him.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I feel like this is Ko doing this quite a lot. I don't think he was necessarily the person that was killed every single time, but I think he's been involved in all of these little overextensions. He's a very aggressive player. This is how he plays, and he doesn't adapt his playstyle as the game goes on. And they've got an objective, and they want to, all capitalize on their advantage by just playing it slow and careful. He's always balls to the walls aggressive, and that can backfire quite badly.
Oh man, alright, so we'll see what they can do. They're going to probably wait for Ko to be up. He's their main source of initiation, so kind of need him for that. And we'll be back to the old farming in the jungle and clearing out the waves and making sure nothing's pushing up game.
Welcome to League of Banshees Veils.
I like it. I like it. It's very smart.
On NIP. And there's the Black Shield. And Freeze has a Quicksilver Sash. So Ocelot's going to have a hard time now, I feel, doing all as much as he has been. He can still burst out Ku, though. Yeah, possible.
It's very possible.
Say never.
He even has a Malma Mordius, and that's not enough to save his life.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. Although, in fairness, I don't know if he had that last time he got attacked by Ocelot. It's obviously been procced, but I think that may have been when he was being killed not that long ago. Regardless, though, Baron on NIP, they're not doing very much with it at the moment. I've got sort of feel I have to criticize that fact, but
it's kind of a bad sign when you can't push in with Baron.
Yeah, and this is the problem with Twitch, of course, remember. Lack of sieging potential. NIP's composition here does not siege towers at all effectively. Ryze doesn't do any damage to them. Syndra can't do it, can't go near the tower because it's way too scary. Same thing for Twitch unless he's using Rat-a-tat-tat, in which case he's not going to kill the tower. So they have to find a fight outside of their own base. If Games 2 don't give them that, if they just seed all the Barons and all the Dragons and just wait for item caps, we could be sitting here for quite a while waiting for Gamers 2 to try and find a mistake from NIP.
6-item supports, here we come!
Yeah, I love 6-item support. That's what
Zhonya's
Morgana builds
Hourglass,
his Zhonya's.
Nippy. Yeah.
He's building it.
Thresh
He'll
gets,
get there.
what else does he need? A locket? Yeah, a locket would be good, but Ocelot's gonna get chunked out here, flashing forward, trying to get the rat-a-tat-tat for the kill. He's gonna try to pick up Dude, but it's not enough. Alexish coming with home
Oh my
run
god,
as
he's fast.
well. He is very fast, but could not find the kill. That's the pressure that they needed. They're gonna be able to get a bunch of damage onto this turret, but it doesn't look like JWoww is spotted out. They have to be very, very careful with this. Ko is there now. This inhibitor gonna be taking a lot of pressure, and it looks like it might go down as Ocelot looking for the damage onto Ko. Not really able to get much. That Black Shield mitigating a lot to get the stun onto Dude and Yuki. They're going to go into Dude now. Can they find the kills efficient? Alex is just forcing down Ocelot, trying to pick him up, but they can't. The binding connects onto Morden, and he's forced to flash away. They get the binding onto Yuki as well. As a war jump and a flash come out of Ko. It's not going to find a mark for a kick, and that is the inhibitor and a support dead, and they might not be done yet. Freeze is going in, stealthing up. Can he get Yuki is the question. He almost has the crit. The expunge is not enough. The poison is taken away. Meanwhile, JWoww going to be the target of their aggression. He does not go down. Sonic Wave comes in. He gets the Haku and the poison. Going to pick up the kill on JWoww from Freeze. Meanwhile, Ko falls in the back line to Yuki. And Ocelot still down for 60 seconds. This looks like it could be game.
I think it is. NIP found the fight outside their base. They found one fight. They got the inhib tower from that. And after that, they've just crushed in.
Oh, Yuki's gonna get targeted down. He's gonna get bound up as well. Freeze finds a crit and the kill. Morden gonna get stunned up here by the Syndra. He's gonna repel back. He's gonna waste their time. And GG's get called out, and that's gonna be the 3-0 for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
So they continue their dominance. This team is looking so good right now. I don't actually know what their status is with respect to the Riot Challenger Series or anything like that. In fact, I don't even know if they are eligible for it. But regardless, they are taking, well, they've taken both of the EU Invitationals that we've had so far this year, and they'd be looking strong for any future ones, because Gamers 2, they got beaten out very handily this time. They've been beaten in 2 separate series this tournament and another one previously. They've taken 1 map in all those games. They are one of the strongest EU Challenger teams, and NIP is frankly stomping them. That's a bad sign for every other team.
That's scary. If you're a European Challenger team right now and you have to see yourself up against NIP, well, rip. I don't know. They're looking unstoppable. Ko, his jungle just completely keeping Alex in that top lane and just letting him snowball and farm up. Freeze is amazing on Twitch. He's a phenomenal ADC. Mithy, no slack of a support, and Nuke Duck in the mid lane, just showing he is really good at this game.
he's that Mithy fellow. They're all damn good at video games, you know. It's terribly annoying, but no, seriously, really mad props to them. They are very good teams, very good players. NIP take the invitation.